Hopefully everybody had a good weekend. Today, it's everywhere. Everybody's talking about this. So, I think we need to run a foxhole check. What foxhole are you? Put the description out there. I think there's only, I think there's only 2 foxholes. From where I view the world anyway. You view the world any way you want to view the world. That's how I view the world. There's only 2 foxholes. Uphold banking cartels. We uphold murder, death, devastation, and destruction. Before we end it. That's it. I think there's only 2 pills. Oh, I need to get the 2 pills. Let me get the 2 pill graphic. I think we need the 2 pill graphic. You only have a red pill and a blue pill. There's no in-between pills. There's no spectrum of pills. I'm in the foxhole. Come on, everybody. I'm off running my mouth like I started early. Let me slow it down. I'm not going to say anything for a minute and slow things down because I don't give a chance for people to get here. Let me share this out to a few places. Oh, they were running this weekend. Did y'all see the people running? They were running. Boy, I tell you what, I was digging my bunker this weekend. I was digging my bunker. Anytime you got the truth community, you got people like, I understand the left community. I understand the right community and the things they believe in, the supporting of the matrix and their fight. I understand the white nationalist fight. I understand the black nationalist fight. I understand all the people who want to fight staying in the matrix. They want to continue to fight to stay and keep the matrix going. They want to keep the matrix nutritious and delicious, keep it going. I'm not in any of those fights. I don't care about none of those fights. But this weekend, that's what, oh boy, when you got the people in what's called the truth community deciding to take the blue pill and go back in the matrix and fight over Assange, man, I was digging my bunker. I was digging my bunker this weekend. I am not in that fight. I'm not in it. This is crazy to me. When the people who are supposed to be anti-war are fighting free speech, and the people who were like laughing at Russia did it. Y'all remember Russia did it? Russia did it. Y'all remember that? We were having so much fun. We were all laughing about the people who thought Russia colluded with the oligarchs in America that control everything owned by central bank cartels. And Russia colluded. And then we were all laughing together. We were laughing at the left and the right and all the little silly things they believe. Well, I watched half of my friends turn on me. Half of them. It's scary. It's scary. I was digging my bunker all week. Like, you know what? I had hope for a minute. I don't know if I got no hope now. I'm going underground. I'm out of here. I'm done. But always check your foxhole, people. That's what I'm gonna say. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. I don't give up. I don't give up. But I got it all week. I saw all weekend. I stayed off of Facebook. I actually had real things to do in the real world. Was watching all of this. Assange took money from George Soros. WikiLeaks is corrupted, co-opted. What's the other word they like to use? Assange is a, what's the word? No, I forgot. What is the word they use when you're a double agent? What is that word they like to use, the double agent? What's the double agent word? Controlled opposition. Controlled opposition. Assange is controlled opposition. You're not supposed to listen to him. I honestly don't care. I don't care. I live in a literal matrix. You may not live there. Damn, I live on Earth. I live in a matrix. I don't care if he's controlled opposition. I understand everybody is controlled and being opposed. Everybody's controlled and they're opposing someone. If you got a label, you're being controlled, you're in the matrix, you're opposing someone else. Everybody is controlled and opposite, if that's a word. So I'll make something clear. I'll make clear. I watched all of your posts all weekend long, and I really didn't jump in it too much. I kind of sat back and giggled a little bit, laughed, post something every now and then. Let me be clear. I am in the foxhole to end the matrix. I'm not in the foxhole to end the matrix-ish. I'm not in the foxhole to in parts of it, and let's play free speech. It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me because like there are only two foxholes. In the matrix, keep the matrix. That's it. In the matrix, keep the matrix. You got the left, right. Russia did it. Assange is co-opted. WikiLeaks, you can't trust it. Hate the black people, hate the white people, love the white people, hate the immigrants, love the immigrants, build the wall, don't build the wall. In Brexit, everybody's in that. Keep the matrix foxhole. That's that matrix. That's the hole where they all taking the blue pill. I know they oppose each other, but they're in that over there, that foxhole over there, they're fighting. They're in that foxhole fighting each other to keep the matrix going. I'm over here, and you notice who's with me, right? Y'all see Assange, he's sitting right there, right? He's sitting right there. Why? Because his personality doesn't matter. His identity doesn't matter. I don't care about your identity. I don't care what you think about my identity. The Matrix is about identities and conflict. The movie was a damn documentary. People don't seem to get that. So I'm in a foxhole with Assange. I'm still in a foxhole with WikiLeaks. I appreciate all your posts. I appreciate the fact that you say George Soros was behind WikiLeaks. And I don't know how your brain processes that. I know how mine does. Do you pay taxes? Do you pay taxes? Do you have a bank account? Do you drive a car using petrol dollars? Do you? Do you work in corporate America? Do you have a job? Guess what? You're taking Soros' money too, baby. And if not Soros' not money, you're taking another billionaire or trillionaire banking money. You're holding up the matrix. So the idea that Assange sold out, I honestly don't care about your ideas that Assange sold out because you sold out and so did I. We're all sold. The matrix is designed on selling out. Everybody sells out to a certain degree, and I don't care to debate with you that Assange sold out more than you do. That's stupid. We all sell out. You know who didn't sell out in the matrix? You know they don't sell outs in the matrix? The 85,000 children we murdered through genocide holding up the matrix. That's who didn't sell out. You know who didn't sell out? The 400,000 people in Nanking, Japan that were murdered by the matrix. You know who didn't sold out? All the white and black children under the age of 26 without a frontal lobe sitting in the United States incarcerated prisons and they're not even human beings yet. You know who didn't sell out? All the dead people, all the incarcerated. Those are all the people who didn't sell out. Everybody else, we're sitting here and you got the red pill, like you take an intellectual red pill, like, you know what? I don't do this no more. I don't play with y'all no more. I ain't playing. That's like we were kids. You didn't want to play with the lying, cheating kid. I ain't playing with you no more. I don't play. But you're still in the matrix. You got the blue pill, and you might pop the red pill on you want to end things and bank, but you pop that blue pill when you go to work. You pop that blue pill when you look at bank account statement. You see the ATM little listing. It's how much slaves you got in the bank, how much forced labor currency you have, and it makes you feel good. We all sell out. So I make it clear, I'm in the foxhole to end the matrix, period. I don't give two damns about his identity. I don't give two damns what you think about his identity. He's a sellout, so are you, so am I. What's next? What we do now? Huh? In the matrix or keep the matrix? I'm just not in the fight. And when you look at the foxhole from this analogy, all the people that are in there, oh my goodness, like did you see all the media that was cheering? Let me turn the sound down, we'll start the discussion. I don't know if you could even hear me, I get upset watching this nonsense. Did you see the media all cheering the arrest of Assange? They're all cheering. If you are in a foxhole, and Fox News is in there, you might want to get out. I did 2 cents. I'm just saying, you say you're a truther. If you're in a foxhole and then an MSNBC show up, damn, you here too? You gonna fight with me? All right, let's fight. You might want to get out. If you're in a foxhole and you got people screaming, Russia still did it, we need to find a collusion. Because just like that, half the truth community joined with the Russia did it. It's freezing, and they're fighting against freedom of speech. They're literally fighting against the freedom of the press. And it's crazy to me. They jumped out our foxhole like, I'm done with this. I'm done with this in the matrix stuff. I'm gonna go over here and pick a fight and fight within the matrix. All right, so in defense of people who believe that way, all right, let's just pretend for a minute that Julian Assange is co-opted now. WikiLeaks is run by the CIA. What does it matter? Why should I care? Somebody tell me why I should care. Why should I care? Why should I care that a website is owned by the CIA and they control everything on the freaking internet? You know, Julian Assange and WikiLeaks, the sellout, the guy who released the information that told you the only phone you can have that's not being monitored is Huawei. What's it called? Wahoo? Wahoo? That's gonna be my next phone. And that's why they arrested that lady and the CEO in Canada, put her in prison because Julian Assange told you that the CIA can see everything that's in all the other phones. I find it just why should I be worried about him being co-opted? The CIA sees everything. Besides the fact, the way my psychology works, the way my intellect works, I don't actually think that they care. I actually think the cabal that runs this planet, that murders people in the millions, actually care if there's a website called WikiLeaks and they release the information to us slaves. I don't think they care. Why? Take it to the slave plantation analogy. The massa care what the slaves know. The massa care that the slaves knew the cotton gin was coming out. Did Massa care that the slaves were getting together and talking about how much they don't like Massa? Did Massa care that information was being released on the plantation? Massa didn't care because Massa don't give a damn. Massa got a military-industrial complex. He'd take care of that. You can't tell on a cabal that runs this planet, man. Like, this is what the way I view Assange and WikiLeaks. They run out and they produce information. We're gonna tell on the deep state. Do you think the deep state give a damn? Around this world, the deep state actually gives a damn. The ones that's murdering children, they can be told on to poor people, and us poor people, they don't care. That's why I went out on WikiLeaks this weekend. I went out there, started clicking around because I don't care. I don't know why your mind works that way. All right, I chastise people for a minute. I don't get it. I'm confused. Somebody tell me, let me pull up YouTube. Maybe somebody over there can tell me why I should care that the CIA co-opted this Julian Assange going crazy, being kept in a prison, basically. A room with a cat in a toilet and a desk for damn near 10 years. Besides the fact that I don't think there's a human being that would do that for anybody. Because he's got the Soros money and he's being taken care of. The man came out of the embassy crazy. He's nuts. Poor old man tried to do something decent for people and he gets out and the first thing you can do to think is turn on him. Man, stop being played, but you better stop being played. You better understand how the matrix works. That's all I'm saying. Look in your foxhole. The mainstream media hates Assange. If you're in that foxhole with the mainstream media that's fighting freedom of the press because most of them all done sold out, if those are the people you're fighting with in your foxhole, you just might be in the wrong foxhole. That's all I'm saying. All right, let me get the comments going. Whew. I had to spit it out. I held that in all weekend. I held that in all weekend. I just saw people going nuts over it. I'm like, people, calm down. Just calm down. Calm down. The CIA, they already they already know. They got it. They already know. All right. I just want to be in the foxhole. I'm going to have to come out the foxhole because I can't actually see myself. Whew. And this only works if I can actually see my big head and if my screen is messing up. I'm messing up because I'm moving the studio and I can't get the lighting to work right. So I'm in the whole foxhole with Assange. I want to make that clear. I'm deep in that foxhole. Now I got to put in my password. Uh-oh. I didn't mess up. Oh, there you go. The comments are coming. All right, then. Let me pull in the YouTube comments, then we'll start a discussion. I was thinking this is what we needed to talk about because people were so outraged this weekend, and I'm just like, I don't think that you need to be that outraged. I really don't. If you closed all your bank accounts and you don't have a job anymore, then yeah, go ahead. You could be outraged. But short of that, we all sell out. All right, there we go. Shoot. I grew up, like I said, don't get me to the I grew up stuff. I'll tell you the stuff I grew up and I saw. I'm sitting here looking at, what am I looking at? I did take a peek around the news this morning. I did take a peek around and I saw, they said, white nationalism is on the rise. We supposed to be scared. I'm like, no, I'm not. You can be if you want to. I grew up with black nationalism. I grew up with black debutante cotillions, and I grew up with a group terrorist organization called Jack and Jill. You know, one of those, it's kind of like the whole white nationalism thing and the king and the feudal thing and the control structures of we own you, and they'd raise the girls up to be how they had to act. They had to finish in school, got to finish the girls off because girls aren't finished when they're born. You got to make them into something great. You gotta make it, and this is what Jack and Jill was. They finish off the guy, the boys, teach you how to drink with your pinkies high. I grew up around people all like that. Thank goodness my mama and daddy saw it coming. Well, I'd been in trouble. We almost got into that group. We almost joined the black supremacy group. We're better than the rest of the world. You know, we're almost there. I think my mother and father, they looked and they was like, Tom, I think these are a bunch of sellouts. Yeah, we're not gonna do this. These people crazy. All they actually want to do is they want to like own things the way the other side did. How about we raise our kids to not be on the side? How about we not sell out against 7 billion people all over the planet and raise kids to think for themselves that our little girl is finished, my sister. We don't need to finish her. We don't need the kings and the lords pinkies high to finish anybody. So I'm not worried about white nationalism. I ain't worried about black nationalism. I ain't worried about none of it. I'm just like, you know what, man? Y'all might want to think about that red pill. You might want to think about the red pill. Everybody throwing them red pills away, back to taking their blue pills. I kind of thought it was going to happen, though. I kind of thought it was going to happen, so. Like, where were you going on the internet this weekend? Nope, I was digging my bunker. Because I don't think it's going to end well if people who were supposed to be promoting the truth and ending the matrix are now in a foxhole with CNN, MSNBC, CNN. All right, I'll show you news and talk about what y'all want to talk about. Got it out. Ooh, what y'all talking about? Outrage does nothing by itself. No, it doesn't, Lori. It does nothing. But, well, it does nothing for us. I think for the CIA and the cabal, if you can get people fighting over Assange, you got the Assange. Did I say Assange? I did say Assange, didn't I? Drink too much coffee. You got people on this side fighting to free Assange. I said it again. You got people on this side, because the identity names don't matter. And this side, we fighting, having a hate Assange march, hate WikiLeaks march. They march because you got the protesters and anti-protesters. And it's the same stupid thing that happened in Charlottesville and everywhere else. Once you get people on sides, the deep state always wins. The control, the cabal always wins. Central banking always wins. Anytime you divide people up, doesn't matter how you divide them up. Does not matter at all. It doesn't matter what you divide on. Once you're divided and you pick up that label, that sword, and you're fighting, and Russia did it, Assange is CIA. As soon as you pick up that sword and you want to fight other poor people over something that none of them took from you, it's all over. Outrage is overplayed. It's time for precision and implementation of applied principles. Come on, Ty. Hey, Ty's so much smarter than I am. I don't know how your brain do it. Right. The fight is against principalities and powers, not people. People start with P, and principalities and powers start with P, but listen to what Ty is saying. The fight is not against po people. Po people got 2 P's too. The po and people. The fight is not against po people. Assange is a po people, okay? He's not a trillionaire. Yes, I keep saying trillionaire. Why you say trillionaire? Because you know they got trillions, right? You know they got them. You know that they got them. Like I was in a discussion this week and they were talking about how, well, what do you think about Jeff Bezos and Amazon? I really don't think nothing about Jeff Bezos and Amazon. I don't have an Amazon account. I don't do Amazon Prime, and I don't order nothing from it. Because Jeff Bezos is going to rule the world? No, because Jeff Bezos is the little lackey that they put in front of everybody to make you think that's the most money they got. It's not how this works. If you run a banking cartel, a petro oil cartel that's in play for over 100 years, you think the biggest these people are billionaires? Is that how your brain works? You think that's all they got? They only got a couple $1 billion. That's it. They only got a couple $1 billion. Hell no, these people are trillionaires. They've been playing us for the longest time. Free energy been in the works since the 1940s. They've been levitating small crafts since Nikola Tesla. 100 years later, this is all we doing. No, they're keeping us here because they're moving trillionaires. They're working on zillionaire. They're working on that zillionaire thing. They're coming. Why? Because murder, death, robots are real. But no, I don't think billionaire. I think it's insignificant. I think Assange is, Bezos is insignificant. Complete. They got trillionaires now. They just don't want the poor people upset and fighting. We're fighting them. Long as y'all are fighting about Assange and WikiLeaks and white and black color, your fur and your religions, the scriptures have all been changed and the CIA and kept the true scriptures from you. As long as they can do that and get you to fight, that's all good. So no, Bezos is a puppet. He's a lackey. He's the smallest one. Trust me, I grew up around these Jack and Jill. What is it? These weren't even billionaires. These was just 100 million. They don't want you to know who they are. They don't. Let your brain think about it for a minute. Do very wealthy, powerful people, the ones you know, the really methodical ones, the real creative ones, the ones that actually create, the very few of them. But the ones at the top, do you get to know their names? Do you get to know what they look like? Do you get to make graven images out of them? Do you get to know where they're going, where they live, what the phone number is, how to text them, or their email addresses? No, you don't. Bezos is nothing significant to the power structures in the world. He's just a patsy and a lackey. And because he fits in well, they let him have these billions of dollars. The people who run this are a worldwide trillionaire mob that own nations. And their whole goal is to keep you into your nationalism and tribalism and fighting over walls and silly stuff and Assange. I'm just saying, listen, we don't have a press that can speak freely, which is really what that is all about. It has nothing to do with Assange. It has nothing to do with identity. Absolutely, positively nothing. Just like American presidents. That's why I was digging my bunker. Anyway, good morning, everybody. Good morning, Patricia. Good morning, Phyllis. Good morning, Augustine over there on YouTube. Honeypot. I forgot what is a honeypot. Patricia, I think we're in a kill box. This is military words. You were in the military. Yeah, I don't know what a honeypot is, but I know what a kill box is. A kill box is a box. They draw a box on the map, and it's just Patricia, correct me if I'm wrong. You're my military friend. They draw a box on the map. I don't know. Say United States is in that map. And like everything in that box, you can kill everything. Birds, bees, monkeys, the rabbits, bring the jets, the airplanes, the Navy, the bombs, the helicopters, the 5G, the pesticides, the chemical spray, the aerial injection, whatever's in that kill box, you can murder. I know what that is. And I know something, Patricia, I'm in a kill box. I'm in a kill box called Earth. Asteroids always kill us. The planet always flips its poles and murders everybody on it. And we're fighting over whether or not we should have a free press. Julian Assange brought the hacker revolution to the forefront. It did, Sheepless, and this is my point. I'm with you. I'm Adrian. I'm with you 100%. I'm 100%. Ignore the identity and look what was done. Look, ignore the sellout identity. Stop pretending that you sell out less than what he sells out if he took some money, and I really don't care. What did he do? He started a hacker revolution. Do you watch the movie, what is that TV show, Mr. Robot? You should watch it. You should watch it. If you start an anti-war movements or movements with an S, if you take millions of people all over this world and they just say, you know what, we want out of the matrix. We now understand you're lying about everything from oil to vaccines to war to everything. We just don't want to play anymore. We don't want to play anymore. And if he did that and he took the money, that's greater than what I've ever done. It's greater than what anybody I know has ever done. So I have no chastise for Assange. All right, there we go. I was going to show you little bits and pieces of the news, but let me see what y'all are talking about. That whole Assange thing. I don't know what's wrong with people. I have no idea. What's not even people? Like, I understand the blue pillars. I understand the people who take 100% the blue pill all the time. They're supposed to. They're supposed to believe the news and be out there fighting. I just did not expect to see people in the truthing community, which is, I hate that name, but it's what people call them, I guess. I just didn't expect to see people jump on board and pick up an identity and begin to fight. I didn't expect to see that to happen. I thought we were a little more evolved, a little more moved forward than that. I see private groups they've set up to talk about Assange, WikiLeaks, and all right, maybe one of y'all can explain it. But we aren't on TV. No, we're not on TV, Beaufont. I think everything on TV is a stage play. I think all of this is a stage play. I think, like, you know what, Beaufont, like, let's imagine for a minute that Assange did take all of this money and he is a deep state CIA co-op operative who would stayed in a prison for 10 years with a cat going crazy, growing his beard, wasn't getting. Let's just pretend that that is all true. At the end of the day, what does it matter? Right? They arrested him, they're gonna charge him, and they're either gonna murder him or throw him in prison. And what is that gonna do to the rest of the press all around this planet? They're all gonna be afraid to speak up. They're all gonna shut up. The few of them that aren't speaking up will stop speaking up. So it doesn't really matter. And let's say he was truthful and honest and everything. He was really trying to end war and get people to stop the genocide, killing 100,000 people in Yemen. Let's just imagine that's true too. Same outcome, same outcome. The press no longer is free. This was a statement to the press, whether it's a manufactured stage play or it's true. So you should be in that foxhole that's for free speech. You should be in that foxhole that's for in the matrix. That's what I'm saying. You know, he took on the big banks. He took on the military industrial complex, and he took on the killers of this planet. I don't understand why anyone feels that they have a right to chastise what he did. Who cares what he is now? Who cares? That doesn't matter to me at all. Let me see. We're going to congratulate Israel for landing on the moon before they anticipated this morning. Well, you know what? We had some fun with that over the weekend. Yeah, that's why I don't think they're not the chosen Zionists and not the chosen people. I've said it time and time again. Read your Bible, read your Torah. They're not the chosen people. The chosen people in that scriptural context are the people in Israel the Zionists are beating with hoses and spraying with water. They're the ones being oppressed. For everybody else, they're just trying to build a temple. Right? Because they don't want to wait for God. They want to be the gods. That's what that is. That's that whole antichrist thing. That's why when they tried to get to the moon, they returned. They got a reject stand like, nope, you don't get to come to the moon. Probe blew up. Nope, you don't get to go to the heavens. All right. How's everybody doing this week? It's a big chaos. Step out and love the people near you. That's all you're supposed to do, Christine. Love the people near you. The right says Assange is a traitor because he put this country in danger. The left says it was an assault on the fault. The reason why Hillary lost. I'm like, I know that's why you can't be on the left or right. When you take that red pill, you start seeing through it, and it's just like, really? You actually think that he's a traitor because he wants to stop sending your sons and daughters to go murder for oil companies. You actually think he's a traitor. That's the chastise to the right. You actually think he's a traitor because he wants to stop the genocide of small children. God's children. Isn't the right supposed to be conservative and Christian? You know, and that comes with that. What is that? The millstone punishment is better than the people who hurt children, who send them wayward. It's better that they have a millstone hung around their neck and sent to the depths of the ocean. You want to be in that foxhole? Okay, if that's the foxhole you choose, you just learn how to tread water and learn how to hold your breath. You know, and that's the right. It's insane. He's like literally fighting for the Constitution and the Bill of Rights to pull people out, to pull children, our soldiers out of conflicts for oligarchs and corporations and globalism. And it's insane that anybody, to me, that anyone even want to be affiliated with the right. And the same thing with the left. And it's like, wait a minute. So you're mad at him because you think he was at fault for stopping Hillary from winning? Well, I don't know. Did Hillary write the emails? Like, it's crazy. If she is a psychopathic killer and she doesn't give two damns and she killed Gaddafi and restarted slavery in Libya, all of Africa now is dealing with slavery all over again in large numbers. And so this is a good idea. So you're mad at Assange because he stopped her, where he had a heart with Seth Rich. Now let's be clear, Assange didn't stop it. All Assange did was just make an avenue for people to tell the truth. That is not the activity of a bad guy. And damn it, from the way my intellect works, that is never the activity of a CIA operative. I don't get it. I'm discombobulated, run amok. I saw all the posts and I tried to read into them. It makes no damn sense to me. It makes no damn sense at all. And besides the fact, how do you know that Soros gave Assange money? How do you know Soros gave WikiLeaks money? Vault 7 explained to you that your CIA can make it look like you did everything. You took the money and you went to the moon and came back and the earth is flat, and they can change the IP addresses. They can make it look like you're from Russia. They can make it look like a bank transaction went to you. They made it obvious that 700 million lines of code can make it look like any reality they want on your PC or in banking statements or on any server on this planet, anywhere that they don't have Huawei? I forget that. Huawei. I don't know, the Chinese company. Anywhere you don't have them rolling out 5G, they can mimic anything they want. That's why I don't believe none of it. My intellect does not get to go out and play. I don't let my intellect go out and play nothing. Nowhere in the matrix. I keep my intellect as much as I can, as far from the matrix as I can. I keep it red pilled up. Monday morning psychology. Well, we seem to be lost there, Jonathan. We do seem to be in that space. We seem to be in that space. Or we probably need to be. We need more psychologists. You want to send your kids to school and give them something good. Don't send them to be a banker, a financier, a lawyer, a war-mongering engineer working for corporations. Send them to school to be a psychologist. We need more of that. Send them to school to be a philosopher. We need more of that. Send them anywhere. Give them love. Send them to Tibet. Let them be a monk. Let them learn how to love. Come back as a sad guru and explain to people how to love like Jesus did. Like, do that. Do some of that. But don't send them to be a willing participant in the matrix. All right. Let me see. Just like herd people that believe MSN. Exactly, Lori. And it's just like all these people are falling in the herds. And it's just like, no, get out of that herd. Look at the yellow. Is that Brother Jonathan? Good morning, Brother Jonathan. That's why you got to do with the yellow vest. I'm trying to tell you. People don't like the yellow vest either. I keep saying it. In the matrix. Any steps in progression and ending the matrix is a good step. And I'm sure it's coming, Jonathan. You just wait. Watch. They're going to say the yellow vest is CIA operatives. You just wait. Because that's how people's brains, that's how it works. And people believe that stuff. But you know, you can be, I think folks, in defense of my good friends who I love to death. I love them to death. I don't agree with them. In defense that in conspiracy world, after a while it gets to be too much, right? Like after a while you're so conspiracy focused, you're just no earthly good. That you see conspiracies everywhere. And you want to fight the conspiracies. And all I'm saying is, yeah, somebody just posted, all the world needs is love and all we need is in the secrets. In the secrets. Because when people can see that all of this is a lie, then we can all start to move forward. Thank you, Gerard. People don't accept that the cabal are apathetic to us. Not hateful, but apathetic. Exactly. If you don't, please look up the word apathy if you don't know what Ty is talking about. They're indifferent and apathetic. They actually don't give two damns. They are so evolved and so far ahead. They got so much money and own so many nations. They literally own a military industrial complex in America and they own one in Russia too. They actually don't care. They really, you can't actually tell on them. You can't, think about it like this. Let's think about like the parent analogy. Parent, kids. Say you parent and got the kids. Can the kids get together? You own the house, you own the water, you own the food, you bring the food, you buy the clothes, you own everything. They are dependents on you like central banking and us. Can the kids get together and say anything that really is of any consequence to the parent that runs the household? Do they actually care about the conspiracies that the kids have about them? No, they don't. They get up in the morning, they go to work, they make the money, and they come home and they keep it running. Same way the bank does. They get up in the morning, they print the money, they didn't do nothing for it, they don't own anything, they didn't make anything, and they just hand out the monopoly money to various banks and nations and oil companies to keep it going. The ones that don't participate, like Venezuela, they come up with schemes to get their military industrial complexes, to get their nations into nationalism where they can get together, get their children, give guns and grenades and go blow up other people. That's just how it works. They don't care. They really don't. They don't hate us. They don't hate you. They don't hate you. They probably, in fact, Ty, they probably love us. I don't know. As against apathy, but maybe they love us. We give them a lot. We go to work in the morning. We got bank accounts. I'd love my slaves. I don't know. Master might kind of got some affection. All right, maybe love is the wrong word. Maybe it's affection. They got affection for. All right, let me see. Yeah, outrage is just an emotion, Lori. We got to be less emotional, more methodical. We got to think more. We got to fight the powers and the principles more, not the po peoples. Let me see. Hope he breaks out of jail. You know what, Plippy K? I'd hope so, but I'm not counting on it. I'm in America, and they're gonna extradite him, and I'm watching my Americans, and boy, they're lining up to fight each other. So I don't think anybody's gonna break him out. But you know how I think it might play out. They're either gonna kill him or he'll get out, because they don't want to prosecute everybody, right? Like they have to prosecute the. That's why they got him on the specific charges they did, that he helped break a password, conspiracy to break a password, or something stupid like that. They didn't want to get him for the fact that he had CIA information or classified information and released it, because then they'd have to get the Wall Street Journal and Washington Post and I don't know what's it called, New York Times, all the rest of them. I don't know the names of the papers. I don't read none of them. They'd have to prosecute all of them. They don't want to do that. Why? Because that's their war machine. There is no separation between government and press. That is their literal war machine. It's how they use to lie to people. They don't want to give up them journalists. They don't want to prosecute their friends. That's how the oligarchs keep control of everything and hand all the loot and resources up to the cabal that runs everything that's above them. And that's what I tell people. Just keep researching. Absolutely sheepless. NSA has Hillary's emails. Oh yeah, NSA has everybody's emails. Everybody. So we don't have to worry about that. Hillary wrote those emails. Evidence is there. Just like the only way you get out of a speeding ticket is to prove you weren't driving a car. Let's see. Brother Rob, good morning. I'm at the point where I just don't care. Nothing is going to change. We are headed for Elysium dystopia. Big word. Yes, listen, y'all need to watch that movie. If you haven't watched it, it's a documentary. It's a prediction into the future. If less than 10% of the people care and research and everyone calls us crazy, what's the point? Well, you know what, Rob? The point is to fight the good fight. That's the point to me. I mean, everyone's got their own point, their own position in it. I don't give up. I mean, like I said, I went through the weekend, I started digging the bunker. I was like, oh, damn it, where my life straw at? I need my food supplies and some grain, and put it in the rice in the barrel, and I got to dig a little deep. But I don't let it get to me, brother. Don't let it get to you. Don't let it get to you. You know, all you do, you're just fighting the good fight. Like, we're just here, fight the good fight. Don't worry about whether we win or not. Like I said before, previously, people say, oh, well, you think you're gonna win? Do you think you're gonna beat the cabal? You know, like, y'all, do you know what a cabal is? You know, these are the same people that flood everything and let everybody, the whole species die. These people really don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Rob, I don't even think we're here. I'm more of a spiritual person anyway. Like, I don't think we're actually here. I believe in souls and spirits and quantum physics and stuff like that. I think you're just here, try to do your part and go. Like in Assange. You're here, do your part, whether the CIA pays for it or George Soros or somebody else, doesn't care whether you pay for it, do the best that you can, try to fix things, try to push us forward in evolution, try to push us forward in evolving governing models in slavery, and then we're gone, and that's it. But don't worry where the chips fall. That's why I just think you can't let it get to you. I think you gotta laugh a lot, and that's what we do here. We just laugh a lot. I gotta laugh a lot at the people who are taking the blue pill and they act like they're, you know, taking the red pill, but it's really the blue pill. Because there's no magenta pill, there's no purple pill. You know, it's just a red pill or blue pill, and that's it. But you just keep pushing, and it only takes a small portion. I appreciate what you said too. It only takes a small portion. It takes a small portion of people to fix things, and I don't think we're too far from that. But Elysium is a very real documentary. It's a prediction, a prophetic talk about the future, because it always happens. You always got a few people who are a breakaway civilization. We got them everywhere. We got I got breakaway civilization down the street from my house. You talking crazy talk. No, I'm not. There's no really difference between living on Elon Musk living on a space station somewhere and the people down the street that living in a gated community. I can't go to the space station, got robbed, and I can't go to the gated community. Why? Because there's people with guns right there. There's a barrier called space or guard tower, and I'm not allowed to go there. We have breakaway civilizations. We've always had them from the beginning of time. The elites do not want to break bread with us. They want to keep moving forward, which is why we use petrol, why we use oil, as opposed to any sort of real technology for energy. It's a big chaos and the powerful ones love it. Yes, they do, Christine. It is a big chaos and they love it. And they love it. I was going to show y'all the news from the Assange stuff, but I suspect most of y'all been watching it all weekend, so I don't want to bore you with that. I think, again, today we're just going to look at some comments. Unless you want to look at the news, I'm good with all of it. The morally superior. Yeah, they're morally superior, all right, Lori. When you define the morals, you get to be morally superior. When you get to define the morals of the left and the right, and it's always about murder, it's always about looting countries and destroying land and killing children and poisoning a population through their vegetables and meats. Yeah, you can definitely morally superior, but I think men always wanted to be God. That's why they did all this to us. Compartmentalization from each other on all subjects creates fragmented minds and mentalities which are easily to influence, coerce, and manipulate. Thank you, Ty. Damn it, I don't know how you got so smart. Where you go to school at? Where you Ty? Talk like got like 8 degrees and stuff. Sometimes you got to break out the layman to even know what you're saying half the time. And it's true. It's true. I'm gonna say it in layman terms ways. If you put the label on your ear like a cow, they'll treat you like cattle. I'm gonna put it. Let me see if I can find a picture. I'm gonna put it. I like the analogy of the cow, the ear tags. I know how to put the ear tags on cows. The barcode, the farmer puts the barcode on the cow. That's how I see it. If you have one of those, if you are literally separated from the herd, you're separated from all of them like this. Put Assange away. If you are actually separatable and you have a tag, you have a barcode, if you're American, you're lost. If you're Russian, you're lost. You took the blue pill. If you're black, you got your blue pill. If you're Asian, you got your blue pill. If you're Christian, that's that blue pill. If you're Muslim, you got your blue pill. If you hate Assange, you got your blue pill. If you love and worship Assange, you want him to run in 2020, you got your blue pill. And this is how it works. If you literally are divided, you will be farmed. That's how it goes. If you have a barcode, if you have a label, somebody is going to use that label to their benefit. It's just simply how it works. Don't act like a farm animal. Lori, I can't say that. Lori said, go fudge yourself. That's my response. Yes, absolutely. I don't know shite except what I know. And that's it, Brother Jonathan, because that's all we know. That's all you don't know. Who was that famous war criminal who said that? You don't know what you don't know, what you don't know, so we got to go murder a country. You don't know what you don't know, what you don't know, so we're going to go murder 5 million people since 9/11. You don't know what you don't know, so why fuss over it? Why fight? Why scream and cry? Like, it's just stupid. Assange did good things, cheer those good things, and leave it at that. The guy, should he be in prison? No, he should not for telling the truth. But this is how it works. If you are divided, you will be conquered. It's just a simple fact. And Ty, the way I say it, the way I appreciate it, is the way to give people pride in their barcode. That's how this is where I start. I get the shovel and I want to sharpen it. I get my shovel and I don't know, I got to dig faster because we're going to lose that. I start sharpening my shovel because I dig faster. When they get pride in the things they can't control, pride in how they're born and the color of their fur, pride in the religion when all the scriptures been changed by the king, and pride in their nation that was stolen and from other people, didn't even exist. Ah, goodness gracious. All we need is love. Yes, Brother Jonathan, that's what we need. Let me see. I've been letting my empty oi in us flow, whatever they may release, so that you can completely work through them and let them go. Otherwise, triggers keep happening. It's amazing what, I can't even read that. It's amazing, here we go. It's amazing what a reclusive week in Montana will do. Lots of laughter. Yes, Sister Tina, you gotta have your getaway. You gotta have your getaway. It's the only way to sustain. Brother Rob, this is what Tina's talking about. You gotta have, your fight, it has to be sustainable. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a way of laughing through this. Well, laughter is for me. It's just for me. She goes to Montana. Sometimes you got to, Ty does art and does amazing. What Ty is an entertainer. Like, you can do things that are creative and they give you joy and they want to get you up in the morning. Me, I like gardening and growing things and plants and talking to bonsai, stuff like that. Like Brother Kelly over there, he likes his hemp. To build a hempcrete house, like that thing that gets you in your zone, that makes you happy, the thing that you would do if you weren't a slave, right? Like that. What you don't do at work, basically. The thing that you would do if you weren't a forced labor slave for Rothschilds and Rockefellers, that thing. Whatever that thing is, that makes it sustainable. That's your Montana, you know? And whenever you don't have enough of that Montana, you gotta pull a Dave Chappelle. Gotta pull a Dave Chappelle when things aren't going right and you just can't stand it anymore. You got to break away. If it's not Montana, it's Africa. Get the hell out. And Dave Chappelle saw it. He saw it. That brother saw it and ran. He's like, nope, I understand now. I completely understand. I actually had a good friend of mine come down and help me this weekend. Won't go through the details, but she was in the millionaire circle. She was in the billionaire rings, and she saw it too. She was a superstar world over, and she decided, nope, I want out. Everybody should know somebody. You got friends around here working Hollywood. Ty worked in Hollywood. Mariette worked in Hollywood. Everybody knows entertainers because Hollywood and the military industrial complex, they right in sync with the mainstream media. Everybody should know somebody who's seen the underworkings of the Matrix and realized that none of this is true, that we live in this fantasy reality that they manufacture for us. I researched for myself. Absolutely, Sheepless, you gotta research for yourself. Research for yourself. You gotta go out, figure it out yourself. Let somebody tell you something and go research it. Like the way I did Sheepless, they told me Gerard is CIA because he supports Assange. I don't support Assange. I don't support Assange. I don't know Assange. I have no idea what the man even smells like. I don't even want to be around. I don't know what kind of cologne he wears. I support what he did. I support In the Matrix and No Secrets and Freedom of the Press. Those are things I support, but I don't support identities. I don't support people. I don't support presidents. I don't support congressmen and congresswomen. I say if you say something good, good to go. If you lie, I can't. It's an integrity hit. I can't get along with that. You know, but say the things that are true. Fight the things that are false. Do the research. And so what happened, I saw they said that Assange took money from George Soros. So I looked it up and okay, I saw something. I didn't read the whole link because I didn't really care. I thought through it enough when I was reading, like, does it really matter? I still have a bank account. Does it really matter? I'm about to pay my taxes right now. Doesn't really matter because I'm like supporting George Soros. I'm supporting central banking. I'm supporting this killer cabal. You know, I still go on the internet, right? I still do things that they need me to do to stay in power. So it didn't really matter. All right, whew. Okay, let's see. Siena, Italy, the oldest banking Piccone family. Whoa, all right, Age Credillum, you going deep. The Persian Farnese moved west and with Rome because the rulers of the Maritime. Okay. Well, you know what banking's is, it's controlling people as old as the day is long. I still got my cows up. Farming human beings is old as the day is long, and that's the whole purpose of money in banks. It's just to farm people. And that's why they got people in love with banking and money. They took out the people's ability to survive and support themselves. They took the people's land, and now people have to do exactly what these cabals want them to do. Let me see. The information itself can be confining. Right, yep, Tina, that's why they call, was it Noam Chomsky? They call him the gatekeeper because they can confine you with the information. They can give you just enough information to push you into a label, to push you into some support or hate for identity. And that's why most people do. Just a dance, never be a wallflower. It's just a dance. It absolutely is just like a high school dance, everybody. I'm just holding the wall up right now, Mark. It's like the middle school dances. You go to middle school dance. See, in middle school, I couldn't dance yet. I got my rhythm, but I couldn't really get into it. So middle school, what I do, I went and I stood to hold the wall up and just watch. That's what I'm doing right now. I couldn't really dance too well till high school. In college, I got my groove on, Mark. But right now, it's like I don't want to dance no more. I don't want to dance. I'm gonna sit right here like Footloose. I'm gonna sit right here and watching everybody else dancing. Why? Because the elites like the entertainment. The cabal love it when y'all dance. When you're dancing and you're truth community's fighting the truth community, and the left is fighting the left, and the right's fighting the right, when everybody is taking the blue pill and wanting to keep the matrix going, they like it. So I'm kind of like them. I don't get paid. Like, I'm not I'm not like them, the cabal that gets paid by power when y'all dance, but I just kind of sit back. I'm saying I'm not really a part of the human race. I'm just watching, I'm observing. I'm like one of the watchers without a UFO. I'm just kind of sitting. I didn't have a religion made after me. I'm just watching. Y'all like to dance, get down there. Oh, go on, do the WAP. Go on. Yeah, that's it. Go on. What are some of them dances the kids do now? I don't even know the name of them dances. They get down, they got that little nasty dance. They do that. I don't even know the name of it. I don't even know the name of dances anymore. I'm just watching y'all freaking on the dance all around the planet. All right. I could build an actual house with sticks and mud if need be. And you gotta learn how to do that, Kelly. You gotta learn how to do that. I'm saying, when I say I'm digging my bunker, I don't mean I'm really in the backyard digging a bunker like I'm sort of crazy. And that to me ain't crazy. Let me change that word. I'm not doing that. What I'm saying is that I got my cabin videos. A brother on YouTube I watch. I forgot his name, but I'll watch him. He'll show you how to make a cabin out of sticks and logs and what's on the property. And people that show you how to make a house out of cob and adobe, what's on the property. You never know when you need human survival skills, because it's a mess we're in. Let me see. If Assange is controlled opposition or a legit reporter, we all never know. The power we are enjoying the divide and conquer. The truth is, thank you, brother Mike. And that's my point. I saw your post this weekend too. Mike is troll. Listen, y'all don't ever take Mike too seriously. He's a good brother. Sometimes he'll post something just to get you thinking. That's what I did. I appreciate people, and Ty do it too. I appreciate like the post. They'll post something to get you thinking. I forgot what brother Mike posted this weekend. The whole point is, it doesn't really matter if you're dividing. As long as you're dividing and you're fighting other people, then they got you. They got you. You know, it's the matrix you're supposed to fight. Fight to end the matrix. Fight to end the freaking matrix. Now what are the other side of the people? Like I said, I appreciate Assange and what they're saying, that he took money from Soros. Well, that could be true, might not be true, but it doesn't really matter at the end of the day. It doesn't really matter. At the end of the day, if they want you fighting, they want. Let me see. Gerard Kenyatta, hey, what do you do for a living? Gaia Persine asked me, Gaia, I live for a living. I live for a living. But the Rothschilds and Rockefellers, what I have to do to put money in a bank account and food in my belly, that's not living. That to me that's my enslavement. I don't like to talk about picking cotton. I don't like to talk about living on a rubber plantation. So what do I do for a living? I live. And sometimes the money I make is driven by that. Like, I do what I want to do, pretty much go where I want to go. And sometimes it feels good, and sometimes it doesn't feel so good. But what my slavers, the economy they laid out for me and the labor they made possible through my birth privilege and supremacy and lack thereof, that's not a part of my life. To me, that's a fantasy portion. So what do? I live for a living. Civilization doesn't have to collapse just because a cabal falls. I lost the rest of the comment. Ty was saying, well, it doesn't have to collapse. We can fix it any day we want to. All the world is a stage, right? And the state are actors. Yes, David, the whole world is a stage. You know the way I like to say it, brother David, is the whole world is a farm. It's just a farm. We're being farmed. And the farmer is watching us run in the field, chasing the women and doing the bull thing, and the bull's fighting. And as long as we're acting like farm animals, they're good to go. But the minute you start acting like a bull that wants to get out the fence, you want to end the matrix, and then we got a problem. As long as you're enjoying the show and you're eating popcorn, as long as you're dancing on stage and you're playing out the script of your birth bigotry, and everybody was given a birth, everyone was given something at birth, and they give you pride in it, and then you become a bigot in it, you become apathetic and indifferent like the cabal. You know, everyone has that. As long as you act like that, you're good to go with them. I know he used to work in corporate America. I'm trying to get out of myself, wondering how he did. Oh, guy, stop being nosy. Stop it. It's not like I hide it. It's not important information. It's not pertinent. You got to just find a way to. I'll give you this advice. If you are not living your own life, if you feel like
you're living somebody else's life. If you feel like you're not sovereign and you're not doing what you want to do in life, to me, that's that G.I. Joe thing. That's half the battle. I got to that spot in my life where I realized I work for some of these big corporations, that they're all lying, and I didn't like this. I realized that this is not me. I realized that this is too much selling out for me to do. So for me, it was planning, right? It was planning. If you're trapped in a job, you just can't walk away from your job. I don't encourage anybody to do that unless you are independently wealthy and you have the ability to do that. Do not walk away from your job. I chastise the job because I know the steak is really nasty. It's not really steak. I want out, right? You can chastise the matrix, but you better make sure that you live within that matrix or the matrix will murder you. That's how it goes. So you got to plot your escape. And what I recommend everybody do is find out the things that you love to do. Find out who you are, Gaia. Like, find out your gifts, what you were born for, what makes you happy. And you got to figure out how to make money doing that. Whatever that is. And it can be through bartering. You don't have to use money. Could be making jewelry, could be making this, that, growing some plants, whatever you do. Could be dancing, could be entertaining, like whatever you love to do, whatever you get up in the morning and it feels good. And then you got to figure out how to make enough money to put food in your belly with that. And the way that they get us is, well, in my country, I'm not sure where you are, but in my country, they have these things called McMansions. They have these things called BMWs. They have these things called Benzes, right? And if you like really love those things, you know, they have these things like 2-week vacation, 2 weeks you get to go be free with your family, you're a slave the rest 365 days out the year. If you can get past like having a life that requires you to make big blood corporate dollars, then it's easier. The sooner you can escape, but if you believe in all the fantasy crap and the consumerism and the big houses and fast cars, you'll never escape slavery. You'll never escape enslavement, corporate America. So you got to like reduce your cost of living by finding out the things that you actually love and not the things that TV tells you to love, because TV does that. Advertisement does that. Our minds who was that just said? Brother Jonathan talked about morning psychology. I'm not a psychologist. I listen to psychologists. They literally went to school and studied things that I need to know, right? And so I recommend I hadn't talked about him in a minute, Eddie Bernays. He wrote a book called Propaganda. You need to look into that. And what it explains is that our realities are given to us through advertising. They literally tell you what's good to eat for breakfast. They tell you what makes you happy. That's why the pharmaceutical commercials show people running, on the beach and they're looking happy and nice and got the six pack and all the women love them and all the guys, the nice guys want to try to be with them and they give you this fantasy life. So I think you have to, you got to find the things that you actually love, not the things that TV and Hollywood tells you that you should love. And usually most people I know who find those things, they find that those things are very simple. Those things actually usually don't cost any money. And your cost of living drops. And the lower you drop your cost of living, the sooner you can get out of the Rothschild, Rockefeller, or supporting them 100% through corporate American job. But you got to plan it out. But the first thing is find what you love. You got to find the things you love. If you don't find the things that you love to do, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to be sustainable. Because if you still believe you're like a Rothschild or Rockefeller slave and you love the things that the consumerism they tell you to love, the diamond rings and all of that stuff, then you're going to be entrapped. You're entrapped there. Like you're entrapping yourself. This is what actually Ty talks about a lot. Is you have to escape for yourself. You got to escape from your own mind, right? You are enslaving you. Like it's the whole consent movement. You consent to all of this and you literally put on the shackles at birth and then you shackle your children. So anyway, that's what I'm saying. Happy in my own skin, right, Lori? You get happy in your own skin, you're a terrorist. Lori is a terrorist, y'all. She's a domestic terrorist. She's happy in her own skin. She doesn't need any of this consumerism stuff given to us by the deep state, the cabal. And she's like a Martin Luther King, I tell you. Monday, Earth Monday. Yes, Mother Earth Monday. Every Victoria, good morning. Every day is Earth Day. Every day. I don't do the Earth Day. Every day is Earth. Every day we should be celebrating the ecosystem that keeps us alive and not destroying it. Every day we should be celebrating the ecosystem of our body and not destroying it. Every day we be celebrating the mothers that brought us here. not putting them in old folks' homes. All right, I know I get in trouble when I go down that route. I'm just saying, think about it. Just think about it. Every day we should be celebrating our life, those who gave us life, and the ecosystems that keep us alive. Open a pot desert coffee shop. Oh, you know, Brother Kelly's about to do that. Be Chinese, call it eat bitter, accepting the bad things in a positive way. Ooh, eat bitter, yes. The bad thing, because the bad things are positive too. Everything, the universe is the way it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be. You know, we can drive it in different directions, but today, right now, everything is the way it's supposed to be. You know, but you know, we're bombing children. Yeah, we are. We line that up for hundreds of years, thousands of years. For thousands of years, we've been playing this king-lord game. And they called it government, but it's no different. For thousands of years, we've been lining up, giving a few people all the power and money. So everything is the way it's supposed to be. And when you have all that power and money, that's when you get into psychopathy again, makes you a psychopath. And you do psychopathic things, right? So everything is the way it's supposed to be. All we need to work on is changing that for tomorrow. And that's it. And accepting whatever comes tomorrow, but you start with yourselves. Don't change the world through other people's mirrors. You change the world through your mirror and through your own perspectives. Humility and knowing yourself are real. Yes, they are, Lori. And I think it's how we get out of this nonsense. Globalism and heliocentrism. Agent Credelia, your content is amazing. Keep up the good work, brother. Thank you, Brother Rob. I'm trying. I got to eat and put biscuits in my belly too, which I got into a great conversation. I have to say it. Dang it, I hate to I hate to say it. I got into an argument. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't an argument. Everything has to be sustainable. It has to be sustainable. And I have to say it real quickly. I don't know how to say it, but Rob, I can be wrong sometimes, and I was wrong about something, and I'm wrong about a lot, and I admit it when I am. And so part of the reason my friend, this superstar person, he talked to me, hit me over the head a few times, because I was raised to believe that taking money was selling out. Well, and I still kind of believe that. It's kind of hard. I grew up in the 80s, Rob. Hip hop was real positive, and rap. And if you had a skill, if you had an art, and even rock, like if you had a skill in art, if you were doing it yourself authentically the way you wanted to do it, not how an album, a CEO, an executive told you to do it, they'd give you the money to sell out, right? Like you knew who was selling out because they were making a lot of money getting big. And it was like, don't ever sell out. And so I still associate taking money with selling out, and that's why I don't take money from people. I don't have a Patreon, but this person chastised me and told me that I have to have a Patreon. So I'm actually going to do that. I appreciate that you appreciate my content, but of course I do this on my old laptop. It got cheese in it. It has mold growing right there. Like my laptop, this laptop is special. So I was wrong with that. I actually am going to make a Patreon. I'm still fighting. It takes me a while. I was indoctrinated really hard into that. But to make fighting crony capitalism sustainable, you do have to have capital. I will do that at a certain point in time. I'm trying to get through it. And so I intend on increasing the content I produce. I'm planning on doing better with my green screen and all of that stuff, and better laptop, stuff like that. So I will do that, and I appreciate the support, but I ain't never gonna say nothing about Patreon again. Because I hate it. I can't stand it. There's just something about it. In fact, this person said, well, you don't have to say anything. I'll do the video thing for you. I was like, okay, you do that. I'm not going to do it. So I intend on creating more content. I'd like to actually take on the news as the news comes out, and have the time to do that and the resources to do that. Like just do quick, short ones. Most of it's just discussion. I like bringing people together and saying things and being wrong and being right too. I like that. But it creates this authenticity is what I like, Rob. And so what I'm watching my friends on YouTube and Facebook. I'm watching them grow. They're watching me grow. And to me, that's like authentic. And I gotta get better at it. And that's what she chastised me over. And she's right. It's just, we're all indoctrinated. And I gotta figure out how do you, all right, I don't want to spend too much time talking about it, because I don't know if you can tell, I'm still wrestling with it in my head. But you know, how do you stay authentic without having any funding? Right? Like, how do you stay authentic by taking funding? Because every time I see people take funding, they have to be beholden to that. And all right, anyway, I'm done with that. Let's keep going. So I appreciate the content. I don't make the content, it's these people here. You know, so it's not a meism, it's not me, it's not my show, it's nothing like that. It's just people coming together, and magically we found each other, and we just discuss topics, and we all pull each other up. We do things like we talk about facts and truthful things. We go everywhere from, where we go, y'all? Like aliens. Aliens is my favorite, Rob. It is. You know, unfortunately, they don't hit the news that often. We go everywhere from aliens to free energy to vaccines to Tylenol to flesh-eating bacteria to your immunity and how the body works. Like, because there are a lot of people here, and they're doctors and lawyers and all the professionals and neuroscientists and sociopaths. I got our narcissists. We got everybody. So I appreciate you. Welcome to the I don't know what this is we do. But today what we're talking about? The Foxhole Check. Right. I always try to bring it back. The Foxhole Check. When you're in a foxhole, look around. Look around and see who's in the foxhole with you. And ask yourself, is this the right foxhole to be in? You know, from a political perspective, I used to be in a foxhole, and I'm not anymore. I looked around, I was in a foxhole, and I looked around, and politically I was like, y'all murdering children. The hell is wrong? What the hell? I got my gun and bayonet. I was like, I think I'm in the wrong foxhole. Jesus said I ain't supposed to be murdering kids, and I'm with y'all. Maybe I shouldn't do this. And so I got out the foxhole, and I went and and I got out the foxhole, and I thought I was getting in a different foxhole, and I got right back in the same foxhole under a different label. It's like, wait a minute, y'all murdering kids too. Why y'all? What is it with y'all? What did y'all take the money and you're psychopathic? And I had to get out of that one too. And finally, I found the truth foxhole, which was great, right? In the Matrix foxhole. Just tell the truth, let the chips fall where they may. Don't let the chips fall where they may. And that's the only foxhole I'm in. Free knowledge everywhere. Open source world. Everyone knows everything. No data is information. No data is hidden. Everyone is given the information to do their own research, to make their own decisions. There is no cabal blocking down on the press. There's no cabal banning and censoring people off of media. There's, you know, everyone has the information so they can make a good decision. And the way I see it is that from what I've seen, when everybody has the information, they all agree that we shouldn't be in the Matrix. And I think that's why they drive the media. I think that's why you got this Eddie Bernays stuff that's happening. They want to keep driving the farm, and I want to end the farm. Fight the inner laziness where logic is lost. Yeah, and the inner laziness, because isn't that right? Like, Brother Mark, that's like how they get us into consumerism, is convenience. Everything made is for convenience. Everything made is geared toward your laziness and making you more lazy. The lazier you are, the less you have to do, the more you get beholden to it. And that's how they control people through that consumerism type stuff. We are the cabal, livestock, debt slaves. We are, Michael, and we can't get out of it. Can't get out. We only can get out of it together. Like, we collectively have to wake up in large quantities to stop being a livestock. One bull ain't gonna break the gate down. The farmer got cowboys. Like, you understand this? The farmer has cowboys. You know, you can be a bull all you want by your damn self. And this is why you gotta love other people and leave them alone. You gotta respect their sovereignty and their rights and natural law. So you all go together. You be a bull, you break out that gate, what happens? The farmer are called a DHS and MI6 and MI7 and CIA and FBI to go get your butt. And they'll bring you back or they'll kill you. Now they're killing kids on the street to put them in these prisons. Hierarchy of needs kept a basic survival mode with no free time, keeps one docile and passive to rule. I ain't drinking enough coffee this morning. Okay. Hierarchy of needs, right? Okay. Kept in basic survival mode with no free time, keeps one docile and passive to rule. Yes! I got it. Sometimes you gotta read the Thai comment twice. 3 times, 4 times 4 it sinks in. Right, because it's a hierarchy of needs. You know, if you don't have your basic needs, you keep walking on that hamster wheel. You keep getting up in the morning, drinking your coffee, going to work. You keep just doing the things that allow them to rule you, which by default gives them more power and more power and more power and more power. That's why you have like a right, and they think they're fighting big government. A teacher, I got a question. Is the right part of big government? Yeah, they are. And does the right want to rule? Yeah, they do. Are they a part of a system, and a system always grows to protect itself? Yeah, they are. Okay, well, the right is not fighting big government. You're not fighting big government. Your leader, you might be fighting big government. Your leaders aren't, and you're not fighting in your act and being on the right, nor the left. If you're a participant in big government, you're a part of big government. The system will always grow to massive sizes. And the whole purpose is, the bigger the government gets, how does it get big and stay big? It keeps you slaving. It keeps you laboring. It keeps you working. It keeps you busy. It plays keep away with your basic needs, which is what Ty is talking about. It rolls out a model of artificial scarcity where you don't have what you need. It keeps you in constant survival mode. You got to pay the electric bill, got to pay the water bill, got to pay your Sprint bill, got to do all these things that keep moving. Just keep moving. Keep on swimming, keep on swimming, keep on swimming. Y'all see where I'm going with that? Dory, keep on swimming. And then take the memory every now and then, right? Use the mainstream media. Just keep hitting them with stuff so they have short-term memory. They keep forgetting. Where the hell is Dory? I gotta find Dory. I love that analogy. That makes a hell of, I don't know, Ty, how you took me there. That makes a hell of a lot of sense. What was that on? Finding Nemo. Did y'all watch the movie? Y'all watch the movie? Anybody watch the movie? Y'all know who Dory is? Y'all don't? Y'all ain't got no kids? Y'all. Dory. So she was the fish that kept forgetting. She keep forgetting everything, but she got a mission. Keep on working, keep on corporating, keep on lawyering, keep on banking, keep on engineering, keep on warring, keep on keep on policing, and then you keep forgetting it because the mainstream media and the news and how they're always hitting you with this. If it's not Assange, it's the black nationalists, it's racism, it's white nationalists, it's Russia, it's China, it's this, it's run, duck, cover, do something, just don't sit still, keep working for the Rothschilds, keep earning for the Rockefellers, put more money in your bank, just keep hitting you with that, so you got this short-term memory. Oh gosh, I tell you what, that's how I just keep on getting up in the morning, keep on working, keep on working, we laugh at Dory, but you also feel sorry for Dory. Like, you ever feel that? Like, you feel sorry for her? You have that Dory empathy. And that's who we are. That's why Hollywood's not all evil. Hollywood is not all evil. Hollywood will show you a fantastic mirror of yourself and of our society and our economy, because the people in Hollywood are there. And we're actually not really there. We're all here. We're actually one. And we're all actually united. We're all actually wave energy, a part of this crazy thing you say the witches call soul. No, we're actually a part of this one thing. To be rich, reduce the needs you spend money on. Yes, that's it, Jack. That's it. Jack Smith, nailed it. Thank you. A wise man once told me, he said, "You want to be a millionaire?" And I was a kid. I said, "Yeah, hell yeah, I do." And he said, "All you got to do is make $500,000 and save $500,000." And it was based in that concept of what you just said. You want to be rich? Require less of the Rothschild Rockefeller world. It'll come to you. You just got to reduce, your consumerism beneath the levels that requires you to keep on working. Materialism is a design, not a natural law. It absolutely is. It was complete fantasy and fake news, right, Ty? They gave it to us. No, totally past that. All right, Gaia, let me see. Your heart knows. Your heart always knows, Lord Victoria. People should listen to their hearts. You gotta be asleep to believe the American dream. Isn't that right, Patty? And George Carlin told us. George Carlin was a prophet. I always go back to George Carlin a lot because he told us, you gotta be asleep to believe that dream. See, Patty, you got me now. You can got me now. I wasn't gonna show the news. That's not important. Philosophy is even more important. This is what he's talking about. Y'all have not listened to George Carlin. You need to pay attention to the philosophers. They killed that man for a reason. They killed him for a very good reason. That man did not play with your cabal and your deep state. That man, he didn't like labels, which is
is why he was largely unpopular and attacked.
Consumption. It's the new national pastime. Fuck baseball. It's consumption. The only true lasting American value that's left, buying things. Buying things. People spending money they don't have on things they don't need. Money they don't have on things they don't need. So they can max out their credit cards and spend the rest of their lives paying 18% interest on something that costs $12.50. And they didn't like it when they got it home anyway. Not too bright, folks. Not too fucking bright. But if you talk to one of them about this, if you isolate one of them, you sit them down rationally, you talk to them about the low IQs and the dumb behavior and the bad decisions, right away they start talking about education. That's the big answer to everything. Education. They say we need more money for education. We need more books, more teachers, more classrooms, more schools. We need more testing for the kids. You say to them, well, you know, we've tried all of that, and the kids still can't pass the test. So don't you worry about that. We're going to lower the passing grades. And that's what they do in a lot of these schools now. They lower the passing grades so more kids can pass. More kids pass, the school looks good, everybody's happy, the IQ of the country slips another 2 or 3 points, and pretty soon all you'll need to get into college is a fucking pencil. Got a pencil? Get the fuck in there. It's physics. Then everyone wonders why 17 other countries graduate more scientists than we do. Education. Politicians know that word. They use it on you. Politicians have traditionally hidden behind 3 things: the flag, the Bible, and children. No child left behind. No child left behind. Oh, really? Well, it wasn't long ago you were talking about giving kids a head start.
Hang on. Wait, there's something there. There's something there. The flag, the Bible, and children. Let's think about that. So politicians have always hid behind things that they don't believe in, but things you believe in, which is how you're farmed. The flag, the Bible, and children. First of all, do they care about children? I always start with children. Hell no. They murder them all day long. They drop bombs on them. They eviscerate them. They liquefy them, and they spend the majority of their GDP in terms of percentage on making new weapons to bomb them, eviscerate them, and murder them. So they don't give a damn about children. Never have. They only care when you care. They only care when it's a mass shooting and they get on TV and pretend they do and get some fake alligator tears while they stage a mass shooting every, month and hours, some sort of a mass shooting or bombing somewhere in the world that they get. So they don't give a damn about children, but you do. That's how they farm you. Bible, religion. Do they actually care about the Bible? And specifically the Bible. What did Christ tell you to do? Everything they don't do. Everything that the ones that hold the Bible dearest, the politicians, they completely don't do. They cheat on their wives, they murder people, they're looting and robbing other countries, they loot and stole their way to the top, they covet their neighbor, they covet the other political party, they take the bribes, they're not honest, they don't love anything about that 10 Commandments or anything in that Bible. They know you do, and so they want to farm you, and so they put on that costume. And how about the flag? Do the politicians love the flag? Are they really nationalists? The politicians that all got homes in other countries, they all got escape and getaway, and they all got bunkers under where you live in your country. Do they love the country? Do they love you? Are they looking out for you? They got gated communities. You can't call them, text them, nor write them. And when they go down with you commoners, they take teams with assault rifles to protect them from you. This man was a prophet. This man did not play. He was a prophet, and he told you how it exactly is.
Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason.
Let me take it
All from you, sooner or later. Long ago, you were talking about giving kids a head start. Head start, left behind. Someone's losing fucking ground here. But there's a reason. There's a reason. There's a reason for this. There's a reason education sucks, and it's the same reason that it will never, ever, ever be fixed. It's never going to get any better. Don't look for it. Be happy with what you got. Because the owners of this country don't want that. I'm talking about the real owners now.
Now, he's not talking about the people that are leading. He's not talking about the people on TV. He's not talking about the Jeff Bezos. He's not talking about the billionaires. He's not talking about the Elon Musk. He's talking about the real owners. We started off this conversation that the billionaires aren't real, that they're just put there for you to make you think that's where the real power is centered. It is not. The real owners, they're called central bankers. The real owners that I know of, the names of these people you'll never know, the families you'll probably never be introduced to. The Owners, you are owned.
Real owners, the big wealthy business interests that control things and make all the important decisions. Forget the politicians. The politicians are put there to give you the idea that you have freedom of choice. You don't.
You don't.
You have no choice. You have owners. They own you. They own everything. They own all the important land. They own and control the corporations. They've long since bought and paid for the Senate, the Congress, the state houses, the city halls. They got the judges in their back pockets. And they own all the big media companies, so they control just about all of the news and information you get to hear. They got you by the balls. They spend billions of dollars every year lobbying to get what they want. Well, we know what they want. They want more for themselves and less for everybody else. But I'll tell you what they don't want. They don't want a population of citizens capable of critical thinking. They don't want well-informed, well-educated people capable of critical thinking. They're not interested in that. That doesn't help them.
It doesn't help them to have an Assange. It doesn't help them to have a WikiLeaks. It doesn't help them to have something that actually educates people to one day that they might actually make good decisions and decide war is a bad idea, that violence isn't a good project to be on anymore. What was the sister just said? Hold on, wait. Somebody just said, Deborah said, I love Gerard's reduction of the 10 Commandments down to three. He's amazing. I'm not amazing, Deborah. You know what I am? I believe in the human race. I do. I believe in the human race. We're 98% monkey, but damn it, we got some monkey fight in us. We got some of the good parts of the monkey. We just didn't get to sniff each other's anuses and eat bananas and swing on trees. We got some of the good stuff too. And I believe in the human race, and I believe in a lot of those scriptures, but mostly the 10 Commandments. I think, like I said, I think there is a big G God, and I don't think anybody on this planet knows what it is, where it is, who it is, or what it even makes up. I believe our minds are finite, and whatever it is, and infinite. I have no idea. So I try to keep it simple. I don't want to get lost in little G Godism. And a lot of scriptures were made by little G gods. What's a little G God? Alien, whatever. And so for me, how I got there, in my mind, I only give a damn about what the big G God said. Like, I'm interested in the little G Godism stuff. It's interesting because a lot of wisdom comes from multiple sources, whether it's aliens, even politicians, Assange, whatever. I'm most interested in, if you say you are that thing, you say that you're a Christian or you're a Muslim or you're a Hindu or whatever, does that construct, is it about the positive things that the big G God told everybody, that we're just basically here to love each other and care for each other? Or we're here to rob and steal from each other? And this is how I know people are authentic, or they're just kind of playing with their faith. And most people play with their faith, but like I said, I was raised in the church. So I don't do the hypocrisy. I don't do the lies and the games. You know, you can label yourself anything you want to label yourself. I'm absolutely fine with that. Me, I choose to not have any labels, and I choose to deal with people who have integrity, not people who want to escape the matrix. You know, and I find that when you keep those commandments very simple, of what we know, what I know, what I know for myself, because that's how our beliefs are, that this big G God gave us, because natural law gave it to us too, and it came from all the different faiths. And we keep those very simple, basic principles. If you're getting along, things go well. If you're working like a collective, things collect. We collect. We collect, not a cabal collects. So anyway, I hit that real quick. But you have owners. You have owners, and what they don't want is they don't want you educating your children to wise principles that were handed down from your elders. They don't want you educating your children to be free and to think free, to be independent of government and infrastructure requiring to be a farm animal. They don't want that. They want you to continue to raise your children to be happy slaves like you are, like I am. Owners.
That's against their interest. That's right. They don't want people who are smart enough to sit around the kitchen table to figure out how badly they're getting fucked by a system that threw them overboard 30 fucking years ago. They don't want that. You know what they want? They want obedient workers. Obedient workers. People who are just smart enough to run the machines and do the paperwork and just dumb enough to passively accept all these increasingly shittier jobs with the lower pay, the longer hours, the reduced benefits, the end of overtime, and the vanishing pension that disappears the minute you go to collect it. And now they're coming for your Social Security money. They want your fucking retirement money. They want it back so they can give it to their criminal friends on Wall Street. And you know something? They'll get it. They'll get it all from you sooner or later because they own this fucking place. It's a big club, and you ain't in it. You and I are not in the big club. And by the way, it's the same big club they used to beat you over the head with all day long when they tell you what to believe. All day long, beating you over the head in their media, telling you what to believe, what to think, and what to buy. The table is tilted, folks. The game is rigged. And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. Good, honest, hard-working people, white collar, blue collar, doesn't matter what color shirt you have on. Good, honest, hard-working people continue. These are people of modest means. Continue to elect these rich cocksuckers who don't give a fuck about them. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't give a fuck about you. They don't care about you at all.
Say it with me, church. They don't give a fudge about you. They don't give a fudge about you. They don't care about you. They don't think about you. They don't love you. They don't hate you. They're not fighting for your nation. They don't want to make your country great again. They don't give a damn about your country. They live agnostic to it. They're billionaires. They're collecting money. They want to be millionaires. They want to be in the big club. They don't care. They're not rolling out hopey changey. They don't give a care about your hope. They have nothing to do with your health care. They could care less about that. They don't care about immigrants coming in your neighborhood. They don't care about MS-13. They got gated communities. They never have to deal with it. They don't care. They could care less. They know you care. And so they'll parade the mass shootings in your face. They'll parade the religions. They'll kiss the Bibles. They'll show pictures of them sleeping next to their Bible. They will lie to you as long as you believe the lies.
At all. At all.
At all.
Yeah. You know? And nobody seems to notice. Nobody seems to care. That's what the owners count on. The fact that Americans will probably remain willfully ignorant of the big red, white, and blue dick that's being jammed up their assholes every day. Because the owners of this country know the truth. It's called the American dream, because you have to be asleep to believe it.
An IIHS Top Safety Pick Plus.
Because it's not real. It's not real. They don't care about your dreams. They don't want to give you your aspirations. They were born into billionaire families. They don't care. They just want you to keep on hoping. They want you to keep on dreaming. So you keep on working. So you keep on swimming. Keep on swimming. And that's why Assange is so important. You don't have to like it, but it's just true. You don't have to like it. You may not want to know the truth because you love conspiracy and you want to get conspiracy hits. Well, I'm going to talk about that for a minute. So here's the people I actually have a problem with, though. I'll tell you this. I ain't fighting them because I don't fight poor people. But the people I actually had a problem with when all of this went down and they're anti-Assange is the people who are trying to eat the rich. And what I mean by that is the people who are trying to use conspiracy to get a platform. I have a problem with that because they'll use conflict and divide and conquer the same way the elites do. They want to divide you up. They want to pull you out of your taking the red pill because they want you to get over there and fight over a conspiracy that they were the first to see. They got all the links. They want you to join their religion. They want you to take up faith in them. They want you to have trust in it. That's what I have a problem with. And I see a lot of them. I'm not saying that. I don't put people on blast. I'm not a blaster. I don't put people on blast. You know why? Because I used to do that. I used to do that. Now, mind you, I was 22, but you look at your elites, you look at the survival world, and you figure this is how you're supposed to survive. You're supposed to find other people, gain some sort of a following, sell out, get them to divide and fight with other people, and you build yourself up on that. And it's wrong. It's wrong. Don't be so conspiracy-minded. There are people who want to eat the rich, and there are people who want to end the matrix. And I'm all about end the matrix. I don't want to be the rich. I don't want to be rich. I want nothing to do with any of your blood money. That's why I say don't follow me. Follow me, don't follow me. I said that the wrong way. Like and subscribe and share, but don't follow me. You need to follow you. You need to be your authentic you. If you come here and you get something from it because of things that people say or the thing I say, then great. Let's keep doing that. But you need to follow you. You need to do your own research. You need to be your own self. And when you disagree with somebody here, you're supposed to say you disagree and say why. Disagree with me? Say you disagree and say why. I don't get mad at people. I'm not a matter. I don't get mad at all. Disagree. That's how we learn. That's how you move forward. Iron sharpens iron. But it's a big dream, and you gotta be asleep to believe it. It's a big dream that the rich will let you eat them, that they will let you join them. You can't, and you won't. You're not the right DNA. They don't like you. They don't care about your skin color. Because there are black elites too. They don't care nothing about your skin color. They don't care where you were born. They don't care about your religion. They don't like you. They don't want to be around you. They don't want to smell you or your kids. You're poor. You're impoverished. You don't have $1 billion in the bank. You can't even talk how they do. They don't want you anywhere around. You can't join the Jack and Jill club. You can't join the club. Stop trying to join the club. All you do is you give power to the club trying to be a sellout. No, you don't have to try to be a sellout. Baby, we're all sellouts. This is the sellout man. In the Matrix, stop fighting with other poor people in it. All right, here we go. I'm ignoring YouTube, I'm sorry. I try to watch all the comments, it's kind of hard. Do a couple more comments and I'm gonna get out of here. We never really know. Example, the shooting of Nipsey Hussle's service